And welcome back to the channel for the second video today, actually, as I am going to review Marvel's Avengers, a movie that was actually the first movie of all the MCU movies that I actually watched. I remember going with a couple of friends and them being really pumped to go see this movie, and I was just like, I don't even want to see this movie. But they dragged me to it, and I loved it. I fucking loved the movie. So then I went back, of course, and I rewatched the rest of them. But this was the first of all the MCU movies that I actually sat down and actually watched. Way back in the year of 2012. Dang. It's really been... It's already been 10 years since this movie came out. Holy moly. That's freaking crazy, right? But before I get into all the stuff about this movie and everything, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can get updates on all of the stuff that we're doing here on the channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, both at Yo Bro Nation for the now. The links are in the description down below. This is going to kind of seem a little different here and in the next month. A few weeks, actually. Share this video, tell your friends about it. Don't do none of this stuff. Just hit the like button, and I'd be super grateful with all of you, to be 100% honest. But all that stuff down and out of the way. So yeah, Avengers, a movie directed by Joss Whedon of Buffy the Vampire Slayer fame, and also did Firefly, which is one of my fucking favorite shows that was on TV, and they fucking took it away from me. This movie has a humongous ensemble cast, not as big as it would be and would eventually become, but a big cast nonetheless. And some with cameos, some without cameos, but it's a huge cast. Of course, you got Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Tony Stark. You have Scarlett Johansson, ScarJo, reprising her role as Black Widow, Natasha. You got Chris Evans as Captain America. You got Chris Hemsworth as Thor. You got Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. You got Jeremy Renner as Clint Bartons, a.k.a. fucking Hawkeye. I'm watching the damn show and I can't remember the name. Don Cheadle's in this for a little bit as Rhodey. Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts. Samuel L. Jackson's back in as Nick Fury. Colby Smulders is in this one. She's playing Maria Hill. And Paul Bettany, he's in it. He's Jarvis. Jon Favreau makes an appearance, I believe, in this movie as well. Fucking Professor Selvig. He's in this movie at the beginning as well. They're saying James McAvoy was in this freaking movie. I don't remember seeing him. Clark Gregg is in this again as Coulson. He actually plays a really big part. But, yeah, that is the cast. It is a big cast. But it really worked. Okay, so like Joss Whedon really put this together. And in a lot of people's opinions, this is the best comic book movie ever. And this was really the first type of real, like, big assembled movie where all these people from all these movies came together. This was really what started this is a cinematic universe. Everyone came together. And it's such a good movie. And in a movie that, you know, you have Thor, you have Iron Man, you have Captain America, you have Black Widow. Hulk really stands out. And the whole thing about this movie is the Chitauri are being brought to Earth by Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston, to try to take over. I'll get to why later on. I'll just talk about it now because I may forget. Because basically Thanos kind of sent him, which is really what starts. Oh, so there's a bigger story to this whole universe. God, I love it. But So yeah, you get the Shatari coming in and trying to do their thing. And it's just all these people coming together to start this Avengers initiative, to start these Avengers. And learning to try to work together through their differences. Because trust me, Tony and Cap butt heads a lot. And I love those interactions. I love how you got, just the way everyone interacts. The way... to get back on track, this is a Hulk movie. Even though it's an Avengers movie. Because Hulk is like the main piece of this movie. Loki even says... you have a Hulk and you're not using him, and he's trying to trigger Hulk because it's all a part of his plan. So he's a big key in this movie. And it's actually when you get to see, oh my God, my hat is, this is where you get to see that first sort of interaction with him and Black Widow, to see that maybe she can calm him, that they're first like, okay, there's something maybe there. But yeah, just the interactions with all these characters, from the headbutting of Cap and, Tony, the way Coulson's able to bring them together at the end by dying. To see how Thor is like, hey, this is like so weird how they all can't get together. You get to learn the backstory with Clint and Natasha, how Clint ends up kind of being a tool for the first, like, Hawkeye's probably the weakest character in this movie, but he has some of the strongest moments in the movie, because he ends up getting, okay, so Loki gets the Tesseract, that's all he wants, and he breaks in, he steals it at the beginning of the movie, he uses it to, like, get people under control, using his staff, and then he wants the Tesseract, so yeah, that's not the same, my bad. But then he ends up, Clint gets snapped out of it later on. But then he has some really big, cool moments in the Battle of New York later on in the movie. But then you get, like, seeing Tony and Bruce, like, the way they nerd out together. These two super smart people putting their minds together to figure whatever out. And... You find out, just everyone's interactions are so good. The backstory with Natasha and Clint, it's all so great, and how they finally, have to go into New York and fight these things, because literally they're invading the Earth. And to see how they try to keep it within this certain block area because they don't want to cause more damage than they have to, right? And to see how they work together, all these cool action scenes. One of my favorite lines in the whole freaking movie is when Bruce, he shows up finally after falling out of the hella fucking thing, the helicopter thingy, the helipad. And he shows up towards the end of the movie when they're getting their asses handed to them. And... Cap's like, how are you gonna, what's the thing? And he says, easy, I'm always angry. And he grows. And then they're fighting, and they get the big circle around, Hulk's there, and Cap looks at him. He just looks at Hulk, he says, Hulk, smash. And he just fucking goes ham on everything. Like, I love this movie. It is so good. And the whole time, you got Nick Fury being a dick to everybody. Just trying to get him to work together. Poking at him, trying to poke the bear to get him to work together. And Coulson dies. And that's what pulls them together. And it's great. Oh my God. I love this movie. It's so great. I give it 10 out of 10. It's so good. The way it's shot is great. Just the acting is phenomenal. Everything is so good about this movie. I need a drink. I legitimately, and then you get to Tony and Loki up at Stark Towers, and they're talking, and Loki says, well, how do you think you're gonna beat me? He says, easy, we have a Hulk, or something to that extent. He's saying, oh, I have this and this and this. He says, oh yeah, well, we have a Hulk. And then finally, Hulk gets there, and he's got Loki just boom, boom, just smashing him. And then when Loki finally comes to, and all the Avengers, that shot of all of them ready to fight, and he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. And then, so you're like, oh, awesome, they're going to work together. But then at the end, they all go their separate ways. I don't know. I love this movie. Again, 10 out of 10. It's great. I love this movie. And as good as I thought Endgame was, as great as I thought Infinity War was, this movie, to me, probably still my number 2 over those. There's one other that I actually have ahead of it, and actually might do a countdown of my 10 favorite Marvel movies, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, it's still like my number 2. I still have it over the other Avengers movies. It's great. It's so fucking good. But that's my review of this movie. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of the Avengers? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? What's your favorite MCU movie? Let me know. Tell me down in the comments below. Some more stuff that are on the channel real fast before I let you all go. So next week we're going to be doing Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World. Those are next week as my next 2 pop out, and I think at that point I'm caught up for January. I'm pretty sure. But those will be on New Year's Eve next week. By the way, yeah, I just realized it's fucking Christmas Eve, guys. Merry fucking Christmas to you guys tomorrow. You have a movie review, A Christmas Story, coming out tomorrow. That's going to be live on the channel tomorrow. But you'll have some other goodness, some other good movie reviews. Right now, up on the channel is my Matrix Resurrections review. Go check that out. I have my Spider-Man No Way Home spoiler-free review. And I have my spoiler review both here on the channel. You guys can also see my Jingle All the Way review. I love that movie. You guys can check that out. Krampus will be next week. So yeah, next week's the last week with the channel, the brand as you see it, as it is right now. Things change starting a week from tomorrow. So guys, look forward to all that. Big things. Actually, also on the channel, speaking of the big changes, I do have my 2K20 gaming stuff. It's up on the channel. Sunday is going to be my WCW Starcade show. At least it's supposed to be, but that's going to be on the gaming channel. It'll be the first official video to go live on the channel, and then the other stuff that I did here this past week will be on the channel following that. So, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Go check all that stuff out. There's links to everything. You guys can find it. If it's not there, Yo Bro Gaming, it's on YouTube. Go subscribe to that channel. It's probably going to be the bigger of my focuses, this and that one. The podcast will be like 1 to 2 or 3 podcasts a month for a while till I can get into a groove. So it's going to be slowly built up. It's cool. It's cool. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great, fantastic Christmas tomorrow. I'll see you with that Christmas story review tomorrow with some goodness there. Thank you guys for everything. Have a great fucking day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above all else, join the nation. I'll talk to you guys later.